Hey guys, this week is updated coming out stories, and I've actually only been with this collab channel for, I think this is like my ninth or 10th week. It's been at least 2 months, and I never actually did a coming out story on this channel. So I'll just walk you through everything. So just like fluff, 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 fluffy. I have hat hair. Okay. Hello there. It all started when okay, my coming out story. Well, I guess it was kind of just more like growing up, I always knew I was different. I always knew that there was something a little bit off. Um, I seemed to be the only one having trouble with things like when we were split off for you know how you do all those plays and stuff for um, I keep saying but you do these uh, performances for grade levels, and I believe I was a third grader, and we were split off by gender, and I just pretty much stopped in the middle of the room and just like glanced over at the boys, and like I was right in the middle of where the boys were and where the girls were, and I didn't want to go over to the girls because it felt really weird, like I was intruding in some way, and I just felt like I was supposed to be with the guys. I've always felt more um, masculine, per se. And I remember I was super petrified. Like when I found out about puberty, I was so scared for that. The only thing that really got me through it was the hope that I would somehow magically be turned into a guy, like sprout a thing down there. And of course that didn't happen. And I was terrified for my period and all that stuff because I don't really, even now, I don't really plan on. I was never one of those kids that were like play house and to be the one with all the kids and such. I was more of a. I have this imaginary puppy. That's my thing. Stuffed animals and imaginary puppies. So yeah. So I it came around to about fourth, fifth, or sixth grade, and my mom straight out asked me if I was gay. And I didn't know really what that was. I mean, I was looking into my gender and sexuality, but I really didn't know what it all meant. So I thought it was a bad thing because I grew up religious, and I denied it. And I would always get made fun of and everything because I was obviously different from everybody else. I mean, for someone to be that obviously the way I was, it's kind of hard not to notice. I mean, I wasn't exactly a typical child. Let's put it that way. Um, this might be a long video. Okay, so I first came out as bisexual in ninth grade last year, and that was cool for a while, and then I realized that that wasn't exactly the thing that was, and at the time, I was definitely more attracted to females. So I did a little more research, and I was really researching transgender, but I knew that lesbian was one of the things that I might be. So I looked into being a lesbian, and I just looked into it, the topic, and it seemed like all the pieces were fitting. Like it explained so much, just sharing other people's stories, and it just seemed to kind of explain what I was going through a lot. So that was good for a couple months, but of course I've been researching about my gender since I was about fourth grade, and there was I was so I recently came out as transgender. I actually came out um, this last Sunday, a couple days ago, through a video on my main channel, Zachy Stetson, and it's gotten above, I mean, over 100 and something views, and a lot of people are supportive. There are two people that are starting to call me Zach, and I really like that, and stuff like that. And as for my sexuality, that is a little bit more fuzzy because there was a time where I did like boys, and there was a time where I where I 99% like girls. Like it's that part has changed. Like, and the more I learn about it, and the more I seem to go about this love is love, and people are people, and I think it's kind of I don't think I personally that I want to exclude all the possibilities of who I'm going to fall in love with. That I mean, being in love with someone is a little bit different than your preference. Your preference is what you prefer, and you can't control who you love or you are attracted to. I seem to be more attracted to the psyche of a guy. Like I can really relate to guys, and I have a hard time relating to girls. It's always been that way, and then and I really admire both bodies, but girls' bodies more. I would prefer to date a girl um, for just I yeah I don't really have a like I like girls. It's just right now it's a little bit hard because my past two relationships have been girls, and I've as for like the differences, like I have seven ex-boyfriends, and now I have two ex-girlfriends, and the first person to ever cheat on me ever was a girlfriend. So I'm on a little bit of a sore spot, I would say. I just I just want to find somebody that I can relate to, and that's okay with all of my stuff. I just want to be understood, and that's pretty much all I'm looking for. Pretty like I'm not really like looking per se, but it's just it's kind of a big part of who we are as people. We all want to be, we all want to form those relationships, and we all crave them, and we all want to be understood. So I'm just, yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of it. So there's my coming out story. Yeah. Yeah. So if you wanna get updates on that portion of my life, I tend to have a lot of videos on that on my main channel, and I'm opening. I'm in. I'm open to answering questions, and you could always email me at zachystetson@gmail.com, or comment below, or my Tumblr, Zachy Stetson. Yeah. So, bye, guys.